Hey Mary, we're back. It's an hour later and you can see mine is glossy on top, but you can also see that the edges are starting to get a little duller. There is a little dullness here. So yeah, it's glossy, but it's not soppy wet. There is a little, just a sheen on the top, and that's it. You can see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to do a quick kind of a marking off. Sorry, I'm really not good with this on the pictures and talking and taking a photo that you can actually see. So anyway, I'm trying to set this so that I can see my marks, and I'm going to use my knife and I'm simply going to mark off. You can see I just mark the edge. I just make a little dent. I'm going to make my 1 inch, and this is just going to set up so I can score. See, that's all I do. And the bottom might lose a little bit. I don't know. I have to kind of, it is what it is. That's, again, angel share. And then here, again, I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to score. I'll show it to you when I'm finished. So you can see how I've scored. I've just used my ruler across the top. I hold it and I just mark it ever so slightly, just like that. Okay? It's not very difficult. And I use the longest knife I really have, and then I go down and I simply score it lightly on top. I go and I try to make it as straight as possible. You just got to be careful, and you just come down and you just score. Notice the scoring. And you might have to, you may want to do both sides. You might want to score both sides. Mark both sides and then score to the middle. See how I do that? Or use your bench scraper. Might be easier at this point. I might use the bench scraper instead. For you, it might be easier. Once you get that first line, then the rest of them are just parallels. And you just go down and you score lightly, like that. And I go down and I do all of them. Make them as straight as possible, and the pieces all the same in that row. Oops, sorry. You just score the top a little bit. Doesn't have to be deep, just enough to give you a guiding line for when it's hard. And then that starts the process. Okay, see how I did that? I'm not good at the video while I'm working, I'm sorry. But I think you can see what I'm doing. Just take your time. This is for me, the most stressful part. Like this, get it. And then you kind of rock it. Once you have it in place, just rock it over and in. So I'm going to rock it from the edge to the center. Look down, rock it from the edge to the center and match the lines. See how that works? It's not deep. Sorry. I'm going to finish this side and then I'm going to show you the next. I've got it scored along its width. Now I'm going to do the length, and I do the same thing. Once you get that first line in, the rest of it just flows. Now notice this is going to be a small set, so that's kind of the angel share that you get to keep. But it's the only way to then get the rest of it to work. And I don't fool with it. Notice how I rock it to the center to match. I'm sorry. I rock it in and I rock it down as far as I can. So let me try to do this so you can see it. So notice I tip it I'm going to go down straight. I don't want it to get crooked. Okay, and then I go again. I'm going to rock it parallel, and then poof, down to the end. Now again, if you want to score this side and then, you know, kind of meet that way, that'd be fine too. So I'm going to do it again. Okay, so I now have mine fully scored. And that's it. All I'm going to do now is just wrap it in saran wrap and then pop it in the refrigerator for at least 3 hours. Or you can let it sit overnight. All right, kiddo, that's it. On the saran wrap, I'm going to wrap it with 2 pieces. I'm going to kind of do this. And then again on that side, I want to really make sure that there's no moisture that gets in. So don't be stingy with the wrap. So there's my first layer on this one side, and it will go down and it'll touch. It's fine. Just pull it taut and then it'll come up off the candy, and that's fine. Okay, fully wrapped. Notice I've got 2 pieces. It's kind of an overlap in the middle. Now, do you see off to this side, you will see some of the butter that is solidified. That's fine. Usually that's on the angel share, so it cuts off anyway, and then you can just trim that off or eat it. I mean, it's just butter. No big deal. Okay, and then do you see on these pieces here are a little longer, and so I might trim those off when I do the final cut, and then that way I have a little bit of angels, you know, angel share, and the rest of the piece is good to give. All right, there we go. Okay, that's it.